Alright, here we are for the first game of the Rise from the Tides flashback. Or, not Rise of the Eldrazi flashback. So we got a couple plays, nothing particularly strong. But it's kind of what we got out of this deck. On the hindsight, there was probably a lot of signals that I was missing out on, but you know, you're getting better at drafting, you're learning, so it can't all be perfect. Seems like our opponent definitely got the green. Yeah, so they got the Nest Invader. They got a foil wall of omens. Oh, we really need a red mana. There's our vendetta. Perfectly not on time at all. That's what we were afraid of. Ondu Giant. Your opponent drafted probably one of the strongest archetypes, which is green ramp. Which is what we would have liked to go into, but it's something that everybody goes into. Well, there's a mountain. We'll get on for 4 with our crab. Good news with our distortion strike. If we can survive, we can get in for 10 in 2 turns. As long as Battle Rattle is still on the cage, or is still on the field. So tap down the Ondu Giant. Our opponent can get in for 2 if he wants. The Knight. And the Lone Missionary. And a Rune Servitor. Who Rapacious want to be cool. So I think we play Lava Flume Invoker. We're going to be taking the beats, but could get in for 10 in 2 turns. That might be worth it. I suppose we'll wait. We will have to get in soon, but Mostly just to stop from getting wrecked by all this stuff. Our opponent doesn't attack. It does level up the knight. Ooh, there's a brimstone mage. Alright, I think we pass again. Next turn we can start pinging. Start taking out his stuff. I think we want to let's see. I think I want to I think we want to level up this guy. Wish we could level up this knight. Here's the battlement. Our opponent full on swings. I think we block here. Block here. Our opponent probably has some trick, but I think we're okay. Yeah, so he's trying to get rid of this guy. Which is okay, because we got to eat this nest invader. I think we're still alright. There's Prophetic Prism. And a raid bombardment. Well, that's good. So I think now this is just target creature. I think now we distortion strike. Get in. And then pass the turn. We're going to be losing 4 life, which is not ideal, but Dreamstone Hedron. Well, that's not great, but we're not really worried about that. He will be able to refill his hand, which is bad for us. But he's just going to refill his hand now. Six. No, he's going to play something nasty. Ooh. You're a Vindicator. That's a good card. There's a swamp. Okay, let's see. So we get in for 5. Play spawning breath and raid bombardment this turn. Seems pretty good. So let me play raid bombardment. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have anything too gross next turn. So we can deal 4 and then try and get 6 through. Alright, so he levels it up. Other creatures. So on the next level up, we'll tap down Undo Giant. I didn't realize that was other creatures. I really wish our opponent had attacked with that. I think we need our creatures. I think we just take 4. Ooh, we might actually have this. I think if my math is correct. So we spawning breath our opponent. Oh, well, we got lucky. So we can just raid bombardment. And we take the game. All right. So Distortion Strike, surprisingly good. I think this we need another slinger. I don't think we need Glory Seeker as much. Maybe we want all 3 slingers? I think, yeah. I think we just want the tappers. And then just run it like that. Okay. So I believe we will keep this. You have access to all of our colors. Ooh. So here... we want to start... We want to get Student of Warfare out as quickly as possible, I believe. I think without Student of Warfare, I might have chosen something else. Maybe just Evolving Wilds to get an island. So at turn 3, I could play both of those. And we draw the island anyway. So we can't get by this Rune Servitor. I think we actually... Wall of Omens. And we'll just pass. There's some sense in leveling this up, but I'm not worried about him like pinging it or dealing 1 damage to it. Ooh, Boar Umbra. Turns it into a 5/5, which is not good. Well, we're taking 5. I think we need another plains. Our best bet is probably just to kill that somehow. Maybe Swamp in case we draw Vendetta. No, I think we gotta go Plains. Get in for 1. In 2 turns? That's gonna be gross. I think we just take 5 again. I think next turn we might chump, depending on what we draw. If we draw a land, we'll chump. Turn this into a 3/3 first strike. But that doesn't get past that. Oh, Caravan Escort, Raid Bombardment. And we'll deal 1. He can block, but it doesn't do anything. If he wants, he can level this up. which he does. Swings in. We just throw the caravan in his way. Ooh, heat ray is good. I think here we get in. I don't think the damage is worth it. Pretty much if our opponent wants to attack Gideon, he's got to level up. And now we definitely want to, well, I mean, we might as well do it now. I mean, we could have like leveled Student of Warfare up once, but then it would have seemed really suspicious. So, might as well, even though Heat Ray is an instant, might as well kill it. That way, you know, less chance of tricks, less chance of something going wrong. Even though I would have liked him to pay mana into it, only to kill it. Pen and Blade. So they all have to attack. Which means we get to eat one of these. We get to take out Kozilek. We'll get in for four, essentially. Four to equip for each other, for each creature. So you could turn this into a 4/4. Try and kill Gideon. That's why we have Wall of Omens. Ooh, Daggerback. And the Prism. Wall of Flames. Level up, make his creatures attack. I think just attack with the Student of Warfare. And he can chump if he wants. Spore Cap Spider. Yeah, so tappers, as long as we're not playing against giant Eldrazi, tappers aren't bad. Not bad at all. Pretty much get to Gideon or a couple of raid bombardments is really where we want to be. Our opponent goes to attacks. We're going to tap down the Death Touch. This Rune Servitor has to attack. He does get another card, which isn't great. But we also get a card, which is better. And he gets a 2/2 body out of the way. So he decides to try and save it. Or decides to save it. We're going to kill the Death Touch. Alright, so we level him up. And we can't really attack. Not that we really need to. We could with the Halimar. I think we'll just sit back on this Gideon. Pen and Blade's not going to do him too much good. Unless he does it after combat. So he's got to wait a turn to use this. A Nest Invader. All of our opponent's creatures have 2 toughness, which means this Rapid Flames is not as good. There's the Hatcher. Oh, we can just destroy this creature. I think we definitely want to level up. Yeah, I think really what we want to do is just level up. Opponent takes 6. And then next turn, Rapid Flames for whatever it is. Lone Missionary. Gains 4 of it back. Yeah, surprisingly, it looks like our janky 3 color weird deck really just had it. Yeah, so that should be the game. There it is. All right, so we won the first match, and I'll see you guys for the second one. All right, here for match 2 of the Rise of the Eldrazi 24-hour flashback draft. We would like to play first. Core Slinger, all of our colors. Seems like a keeper. Not really a lot of reason to not keep. We're going to Evolving Wilds for our swamp. Start things off. Play Coraline Slinger. So we drew land, which is not ideal, but first raid bombardment. And our opponent vendettas our Coraline. Which is not ideal. So our opponent went black-red tokens, I believe. Boy, is our opponent going to be surprised when we drop this island. Gloom Hunter. Well, unfortunately for our opponent, that is a very good target for Spawning Breath. See what tricks you got, opponent. Kind of flooding out, which isn't great. Stagger Shock on our spawn. Alright. We will Wall of Omens, which was a good draw. And then Mountain, which was not a good draw. So we are definitely flooding. Our opponent is also 3 colors. Nice Grixis. Emrakul's Hatcher. Which is a nice solid 3/3 body. Attached with some good old spawns. Eldrazi Temple, interesting. Ooh. Well, we only have 1 white source, which isn't great. I believe we will attack. Mostly just because we deal 3 damage, even though one of these gets eaten up. Opponent didn't even block. gonna play Student of Warfare. I think we'll just sit on this island. So it looks like we got something going on. Now if we draw planes or literally anything, we'll be in a decent shape. Essence feed. And we might just wrap in flames those. Caravan escort. Yeah. We're gonna wrap in flames. 3 of those. Wrap in flames seems really good in this matchup. And our opponent scoops. Alright. Moving to the sideboard. What do we have? Could bring in Inquisition. Could bring in... Heck, we could bring in a Venerated Teacher. Battle Rattle Shaman. 1, 2. I think more Slingers. That worked well before. I think it'll work well again. We probably don't need... We kind of want all of this stuff. Probably don't need the Glory Seeker. And Lone Missionary doesn't seem as good. So we can either bring in another Slinger, which was not bad, or we can bring in like the Venerated Teacher. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 level ups. So either Venerated Teacher or another Slinger. I think actually, let's try the Teacher out. Let's try the Teacher on for size. Oh, maybe not Vendetta. Maybe Vendetta's not as good against black-red. Maybe we add in a white and then go with Coraline Slinger. Actually, let's make that a island. Okay, that looks good. Alright, let's see. So we got the Venerated Teacher. We got the Caravan Escort, but no white mana. So this is not a good hand. So we'll go ahead and mulligan. This isn't great, but it's better. We can Wall of Omens, hopefully into land. I don't think we need Battle Rattle Shaman. We really just want lands. If we can get the Brimstone Mage online, things go good for us. At least from what it seemed, seeing what little of our opponent's deck there was. Second thought, I'm actually really excited about this hand. Raid Bombardment, which is good. Alright, so we'll drop the Wall of Omens. If our opponent wants to Vendetta Wall of Omens, I think that's fine. The Gloom Hunter. And there's Gideon Jura. I think we... Brimstone Mage. Just in case. I imagine our opponent will probably kill that. We definitely don't want to waste Heat Ray on this Gloom Hunter, unless it gets out of hand. And not when we can Brimstone Mage. So our opponent's pretty much just going to flip out about that. Try and kill it if he can. See what our opponent does. Or not. Arrogant Bloodlord, which isn't good because we can Wall of Omens it. Ooh. So, unfortunately, didn't get that. Why don't we Prophetic Prism? Really want to try and hit a land. Oh, there's a land. That's about all we can do. I think we'll pass. So you can either kill our Wall of Omens, or the Brimstone. Well, this is an interesting choice on our opponent's part. So we're going to block Wall of Omens. We'll give up our Wall of Omens. Take 2. Arrogant Bloodlord down. Now our opponent plays Escaped Null. Whenever lifelink, and whenever it is blocked or becomes blocked, I guess +5, +2. Ooh. I think we just let that, yeah. So we just don't even block it. Level this guy up. And probably not even worth waiting. Just take this guy. We're not blocking the null, so he can pump it if he needs to. He'll just get pumped even more. Now he can ramp in flames. Zoffshade. Okay, so here's a Coraline Slinger, which is good for us. I think that's what we want to do. Three. Maybe we want to kill this turn. Could get bad if that gets out of control. So why don't we... I think that just gives us trouble. Our opponent can just dump mana into it. And right now I'd rather, especially with the Coraline, opponent doesn't even block or anything. Well, we can just sit back, opponent, so... Does our opponent have a counter or something? Nope. Level it up. And we're just going to pass the turn. Just tap it down. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Feeling real good about where we are, ladies and gents. Could always change, but... Ooh, Student of Warfare. So this, once you get to level 3, deals 3 damage. But I'd rather have a lot of guys. Yeah, so we'll just wait on it again. I don't like attacking into open mana. It's probably safer. It's probably safe just to attack and get 2 in rather than 1. But I think it's kind of silly to attack into open mana. Especially when we can just ping stuff. Like that. So we can just tap this down. And just make our opponent sack it. Plains. So the question is, do we level up? And then next turn, go crazy? Or do we Gideon Jura, kill this, and then start getting in? Well, it's probably safer. Level this up. See what our opponent does. If he's got a kill spell, now's probably the time to use it. So our opponent does nothing. I mean, we've got this unlocked, so we don't need to kill it with Gideon Jura. Well, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? I think we want to level this one up. And pass to our opponent. This escape null seems like it might not be bad. Oh, and our opponent does not like the lockdown and can't do anything about our threats. So we take match 2 in a surprising twist. So heading to the finals with our janky 3 colors. So maybe it's not a great deck, but maybe it's the deck for this draft, and it's been working. So catch you guys in the finals. Alright folks, here we are in the finals of our 24-hour flashback Rise of the Eldrazi draft. So here we have Halimar Wave Watch and Lone Missionary, which we can play. But really nothing beyond that. We really need a red land to do too much. We do have a lot of mountains in there, though. I think I'm going to keep this one. Game 1. This is probably fine. And our opponent mulliganed. We probably could have mulliganed and gotten away with it, but... Well, we got a land. Not the land we wanted, but a land. So here, I think we start out with Lone Missionary. Ooh, Student of Warfare. So we'll attack. Okay. So I think we play Student of Warfare. Level him up. There's the red. So we definitely level up Student of Warfare. We'll swing for 5. Opponent blocks and pumps. Alright, so it takes out our Student of Warfare. I'm going to be taking 4 regardless, so we'll get this Brimstone Mage out there. Was not really expecting Praise Vengeance. Gotta tell you that one. So we could get in. I could drop one of these. I actually like just leveling up here. Attacking for 2. Let's see. So you could get rid of this spawn. What can you do for 6? There's not really anything for 6 that we're worried about. Spider Umbra. Opponent gets in for 3. I think we just take out the spawn. Okay, so now we could... Well, we could get in that. I don't think it really matters. Why don't we wave watch? Well, let's attack first. And our opponent scoops the first game. I think that was a little premature, but they must have just been drawing lands and got frustrated. So we'll bring in the Coraline Slingers. I thought this Glory Seeker would be doing more work, but we tend to take it out every game. I didn't realize how many things on the format Coraline Slinger was good against. And what else did we take out? We didn't really see anything. I think Battle Rattle Shaman, probably. And just keep our opponent on lock. We could also bring in Venerated Teacher again. Why don't we try that? We may get destroyed for it, but on the draw, I think Venerated Teacher is better. Oof. So 3 white cards and no white mana, which means we probably have to mulligan this. Ugh. Well, we'll keep. Our opponent had to mulligan to 5, which is not good. Don't want you, Island. Coraline Slinger. So I think we start with Student of Warfare. Blood Throne. I think we actually Coraline Slinger here, and we'll pass the turn. If our opponent wants to get in for 1 or a lot, or a Gnarlid. So here we could trade off the Student for the Gnarlid, but I don't think that's kind of silly. Ooh, Plains was good. So we'll level up the Student. begin the combat. Get in for 3. Opponent drops Balaged Scorpion. With power 1 or less. Well, luckily we have that. So let's get rid of Bloodthrone Vampire. Opponent gets in for 2. Mountain. Well, let's get in for another 3. Kind of flooding out now, which is not what we wanted. We play this Evolving Wilds, level up, level up. So if our opponent doesn't kill us, in 2 turns, opponent attacks, we'll take 5. Xandu Tuskcaller. Yeah, so here we're definitely just going to get a Plains. So we can double strike our way in. Yeah. I think that's her out. And our opponent has to kill us this turn, otherwise we will win. I don't know how much our opponent can do. We flooded out, which wasn't great, but Student of Warfare is just so good. Like, who knew? And there we go. So, won the draft. Pretty exciting. Probably got a little bit lucky, but, you know, rather be lucky than good any day. So, got some good value out of this 24-hour draft. Unfortunately, seeing this video, you will not be able to hop in and check out some of the good matchups, but I hope this was entertaining. It was very entertaining for me. And if you had a good time, do me a favor and like, comment, subscribe to the channel here for more good content all the time. And be sure to be doing that for all your favorite channels. It really helps anybody out who is on the YouTubes. So we'll catch you guys next time.